He used to sleep on park benches, skip meals, just to save $1 for internet. People walked past him, looked down at him. They said he would never become anything. But today, he signs paychecks, he runs companies, he feeds others. This is the true story of David Carter, a man who rose from nothing and built everything. David was born just outside Detroit, raised by a single mother, Lisa. She worked 2 jobs, cleaning offices during the day, waiting tables at night, just to keep the lights on. David, he was different, quiet, curious, always dreaming. While other kids played outside, he sketched business ideas in an old notebook. Logos, games, random thoughts, anything. His mother would smile and say, "You are going to build something big someday." He believed her. That dream kept him going. He wanted to go to college, start a business, take care of his mom, but life had other plans. During his final year of high school, his mom was diagnosed with cancer. She fought hard, but a year later, she was gone. David was 19, alone, broke, and suddenly homeless. After losing his mom, David tried to stay afloat. But without money, college became impossible, and bills kept piling up. Then one day, a note slid under his apartment door. "You need to vacate by tomorrow." That night, David slept outside. He had 1 backpack, 2 shirts, a notebook, and a photo of his mom. He stayed on friends' couches for a while, but eventually, even they said, "You have to figure something out." So he moved to the parks, library parking lots, back alleys. Each day was the same: wake up, clean up in public restrooms, visit the library, look for jobs, get rejected. One fast food place even said, "You really think we can hire someone in clothes like that?" That night, he curled up inside an old phone booth. Cold, soaked from the rain, shivering, he whispered to himself, "I think I am done. Maybe I was never meant for anything." But deep inside, a spark remained. Maybe it was his mother's voice, maybe it was her faith in him. Something still whispered, "You are meant to build." One morning, in the library, David picked up a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. One line hit him hard: "It is not about how much money you make. It is about how you think about money." He closed the book, sat in silence, and then made a choice. He would learn. He would grow. He would change his story. He sold his phone, the same phone that held his last photo with his mom, and bought a second-hand laptop. It hurt. But he believed, "This laptop might change my life." Every day, he sat in the library, learning graphic design, marketing, freelancing. One day, he saw a Craigslist ad: "Need flyer design for food truck. Budget, $50. He applied, nervous, unsure. The client replied, "Can you finish it tonight?" David worked outside the library that evening, hands freezing, laptop on his knees. He submitted the flyer, and in the morning, $50 landed in his account. It was not about the money. It was proof he still had value. He could still build. That $50 job lit a fire. He created profiles on Fiverr and Upwork, got ignored, again and again, until someone finally said, "Yes." $30 job, 5-star review, and that was it. One client turned into 2, then 4, then 8. He rebranded himself as David Designs. He worked from shelters, coffee shops, anywhere with Wi-Fi. He kept learning. He kept showing up. After 2 years, he launched his first real company, Rise and Build Media. Because that was his journey, to rise and build. Clients came from the US, the UK, Canada. He built a team, created systems, scaled. Then, his second company, an online learning platform, helping underprivileged youth learn skills and earn online. And his third, a non-profit called the Hope Bench Project, placing benches and warm shelters in the parks. Where he once slept, today, David leads 3 companies. He employs over 40 people, but his proudest achievement: a small house, bought in his mother's name. One evening, David sat on the porch, cup of coffee in hand, sun setting in front of him. There was a bench nearby, with a brass plaque that read, "To the woman who never stopped believing, Lisa." He looked up at the sky, then down at her photo on the wall inside, and whispered, "I made it, Ma." When asked in an interview, "What is your greatest success?" he smiled and said, "That I did not let the world define me. I wrote my own story, and maybe that is the real lesson. No matter how dark life feels, no matter how many people doubt you, if you hold on, even to the tiniest spark, you can rise, you can build. You can become everything they said you could not." This was David's story, but it could be yours too. Because sometimes, all it takes is one choice, one chance, one step, to change your entire life. Subscribe for more real, emotional stories that stay with you forever.